So I'm sure you guys heard about Kai Cenat, perhaps one of the biggest Twitch streamers out there. And pretty much there was a big, huge fiasco that occurred in New York City because he was doing a giveaway. Check it out.
Chaos broke out in New York City's Union Square on Friday after Twitch streamer Kai Cenat held a giveaway event. Cenat, who has over 15 million followers across social media platforms, said during a Wednesday Twitch stream that he would be hosting a huge giveaway Friday at 4 p.m. in Union Square.
What goes on from here on out, bro, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody for themselves. There's a war out there, man.
Crowds gathered and became unruly, blocking traffic, throwing debris, and clinging to moving cars.
Why did you beat him?
Alright, since then, Kai finally broke silence on what took place during that giveaway, which I'm sure you guys all can see. These niggas was acting batshit crazy. But this is what he had to say.
Too much talking. I'm going to say what I got to say. And I'm going to be as serious as possible. And I'm going to be as mature as possible when it comes to this, okay? Everybody, please listen to me while I'm talking. Like, just please listen to me. Anybody who's fighting me for the first time, whatever it is, listen to me when I have to say and stuff like that. Okay, first things first. Y'all already know. Y'all already seen everything. Okay, it's on international news. This shit has took a goddamn bro. This shit is crazy. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say real quick. All right, chat. Being from New York, it has literally always been, ever since I started everything like this, bro. It has been my dream to want to give back to the community that made me who I am, bro. That's always been my whole, like, you know, I feel like everybody can, you know, whoever is in a big position could agree that wherever you come from, you want to give back to your community and you want to do nice things. You feel what I'm saying? But after Friday, bro, I've come to realize the amount of not only power, but influence that I have on people. You feel what I'm saying? I've come to realize that shit, bro. And I'm saying that to say this. I am beyond, bro, disappointed. Beyond disappointed in anybody who became destructive that day, bro. 100%, bro. That shit is not cool, my nigga. None of that is cool, bro. You feel what I'm saying? After the things that I seen, I'm beyond disappointed in the things that went on Friday. And I want people to know that none of that was my intention. You feel what I'm saying? None of that. I had good intentions for this whole thing. And none of that was my intentions, bro. Not only that, but I don't condone any of the things that went on that day. None of that is cool. I'm seeing random videos of people getting sturdy on people's cars. And I'm asking myself while I'm watching the video, why? Like, why?
Alright, so you kind of hear his thoughts on the whole situation. And, you know, I'm going to just say this, right? I was looking at some of the comments. And there was a whole bunch of people saying, you know, my 3 years in teaching, my 7 years in teaching, etc., etc. In other words, he pretty much gave the stereotypical teacher speech. And what is that teacher speech? You know, a lot of times teachers, you know, they every teacher has a system of how they want their class to be conducted. And on rare occasions where, you know, the teacher may have, I don't know, a party, or maybe the teacher's absent and the substitute teacher comes in and the children act all rowdy, and the teacher comes back and have to hear the report and they like, this was my students, you get what I'm saying? And, you know, they give the same speech. The same speech you hear in first grade is the same speech your teacher probably gives when you're in high school. It's just this overall disappointment. Now, I would like to say this. My heart goes out to Kai Cenat because he mentions that was not his intention. But I want you guys all to understand something, right? I learned this a while back, right? Intention is different than impact. I'm going to say it again. Intention is different than impact. You get what I'm saying? I remember there was you could call it a parable. It's not a biblical parable, but it's a parable nonetheless, right? And I remember there was a pastor who got gravely sick, and his wife was trying to take care of him, and nurse him back to health. And he asked his wife, can you please, get me the medication? So the wife goes in the bathroom, she pulls over the cabinet, takes out the medicine and gives it to her husband. And as the husband is receiving the medicine, he starts coughing violently. And he just like, what in the world did you give me? What the hell is this? And, she's like, sorry, honey. So she puts on her glasses, and apparently it was some strychnine. It was, it was some type of poison of some sort. Now, was it the intention of the wife to poison her husband? The answer is no. Her intention was to heal her husband. But because she didn't have her glasses, she couldn't properly read the bottle, she got him poisoned instead. So, although her intentions was to heal her husband, the impact is that she actually further injured her husband. Again, intention and impact are two different things. And the impact of what took place was clear, that his fan base are just a bunch of niggas. I'ma just keep it a buck. And it's sad because, I come from New York, and I don't actually have any type of, sadness for leaving New York. But I definitely understand his mindset, because I remember I had that same mindset. When I was in New York, I remember, man, I want to give back to the community. I want to do all of this stuff. I remember having these things in my mind. And, I became a teacher. I became a 7th grade and then eventually an 8th grade math teacher. And I was here trying to pour back into the community, trying my best. And one thing I realized is that, you see, generational curses are absolutely real. There is a system and an environment that is set in place, right? To such a degree that even when you try to help your people out, because of the media influence upon their minds, they are so far gone. And even when you try to reach out to them, unless you act rowdy, unless you act very niggardly, they don't want to receive you. And, it's so crazy because you guys just look at Kai Cenat's page. I'm not going to do it here, because I don't want to actually criticize him in the sense of saying, like this man was XYZ. I'm not trying to really criticize him on that front, but I do want him to understand that he took no accountability for what took place. He wants to pass it on like, I'm disappointed in you guys and all this stuff. And truth be told, just look at his past streams. All the silly antics that he has. You get what I'm saying? Screaming loud and outrageously, and then all the pranks and a bunch of just very a bunch of niggardly activity. And some of you guys might be like, oh man, I can't believe you trying to blame it all on them. Because, look, listen, you have a whole bunch of famous YouTubers, the like of like Mr. Beast. You have some others who have done similar things, who have given back to the community, and they've gathered even more people than Kai Cenat. And what's so crazy is none of those people ever was getting sturdy on cars, vandalizing the place. I think there was one account where this old man actually got hurt during the process.
Chill. Yo, they violated, bro. Why they do that to him? Yo, chill. Yo, chill. Yo, no.
Wow. Now they robbing him.
Chill.
It's unbelievable. It's so sad because, again, it just reflects on our community and how disastrous we can be because we're just not using common sense. And is this indicative of all black people? Absolutely not. But it is very indicative of the culture. Again, it's indicative of the culture that black people choose to engage in, and that's why I talked about the media. When you have a bunch of music that all they talk about is shooting niggas, robbing niggas, and all this stuff, and promoting a bunch of dance moves, that's all they care about, and you can see it. That's the culture. To prove it to you guys, even TikTok, the TikTok in America is different than the TikTok in China. In China, you know what the children are receiving in the TikTok app? A bunch of videos about how to build, doing construction, how to actually be productive citizens in their society. But the TikTok that we receive in America is all just a bunch of niggardly activity. Women twerking, shaking their ass, all this niggardly activity. And this is what you see. You see, again, the reason why Kai Cenat needs to be held accountable, because again, in his Twitch streams, you guys just look it up for yourselves. Maybe if he had been more grounded, you know what I'm saying? Because he went as far as to say, I didn't know that I had that much influence. My dude, you at about what? They said 16 million followers? I mean, that didn't register that at that point in time, you're no longer at some stage like small people are. No, you've done entered the I don't even know, but he's not small. This guy, you at 16 million followers, my dude. What did you expect? It's like the old saying in Spider-Man, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. When you have that much of a following, just think about it, you guys. Even if 1% of his following showed up, that still would have been 160,000 people. Do you know how insane that is? Even if 1% of his fan base showed up. I mean, this man, like, again, I don't know what was he thinking to say he didn't know he had that much influence. But again, look at his activity. All the silly antics that he has. This is why his fan base, majority of them is a bunch of kids, a bunch of children from the ages like 16 to 20. I mean, that's his majority of his fan base. What did you expect from them if you're not going to actually teach them right? Again, I'm not here to really, you know, I'm not really here to attack him. I'm more so just hoping that he would actually learn from the situation, because although they charged him, I don't think he's gonna go to jail. It's probably gonna be a slap on the wrist. But he really gotta he himself needs to probably just grow up, change how he does things. Now, in the process of that, will he have that same following? Je ne sais pas. I really don't know, but he really got to grow up. He himself need to change how he presents himself online, the subject matter he talks about, because again, he's at a point where when you have all this youth that's following you, if you claim that you're really trying to give back and you're trying to have a very altruistic viewpoint in society, then maybe you need to actually start promoting that more so on your channel. Maybe you need to start promoting that in your live streams. You know what I'm saying? How you can give back to the community, how the community can actually work together and be, you know, can grow and prosper, rather than the silly antics. Because again, they just following after the leader, and it was clear. You see, that's what I'm saying. When you have some of the other great content leaders that, you know, content creators that actually exist, and when they conduct events, you see, Mr. Beast gives back all the time. I'm not here by no means trying to make Mr. Beast sound like he's some type of god, or no, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that he gives back to the community all the time, and you never see all this chaos brew. So it's really something indicative of the mindset of a lot of the black youth. I'm gonna just call it a buck. And it's sad, you know, because I definitely can see why I left New York. It makes me, I'm actually grateful that I left New York, but also too, it just shows me like, man, there's something severely wrong with the mindset of the black youth. It's something very poisonous. It's poisonous. Anyway, you guys, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Do all that YouTube stuff. Share. And with that being said, Nick over and out. That message sent. Jesus is King, y'all.